Welcome down to Chessington World of Adventures, and this is the first time I've been able to stand in here for months. That's right, we're actually here. I'm actually here in person to get you an update of what's going on around the park during Winter's Tale. There are a few areas which are obviously closed off, but there are a few in which we can get in. The lorikeets are at home. They are at home here. Now, this was initially going to be a temporary enclosure. I'm not sure if it will still be a temporary enclosure because it's done out really, really nicely and all the birds are in here. And you'll also see as well that the ducks are in here, as too are the Indian runner ones, and the cool ducks are both in here, which were also down, and I think it was the white ibis, wasn't it, which was down in Trail of the Kings. So they are now here as well, which means I'm guessing down in Trail of the Kings it's completely empty down there. But we'll see. We'll see whether or not that's open. I don't think it is. I think you can only go and see the gorillas, because I have a feeling there's absolutely nothing down at the other end. But we will check. We will check. But yeah, this area is now fully open. For some reason, the penguins have been closed the last few weeks, but this area otherwise fully open. Here is Paw Patrol, and this is the first time I've actually seen the new ride go in. And of course the complete coaster track. Kurt has been up a couple of times, he's got some pictures and things, but it's the first time I've actually got to see it. Now, so far no sign of any other rides on site, but this one does look like it's pretty much gone in. And of course right here we do have this new blue structure too, which I believe forms part of the theming. Now, as we pan to the right, we will see what I'm told is a townhouse. I don't know, I don't watch Paw Patrol. Town hall, same thing. Slightly reworded, to be honest with you. And that looks really cool as well. Now, this is all done 3D since we last saw this, or since Kurt last saw this and sent us some pictures. It's all come out at the front, so the town hall's coming on nicely. And I imagine all this is gonna happen as well. We did, of course, bring you the first look of this out the back, and here it is. All installed, ready to go. We're still waiting the other ride to come on site, but it is good to see. Even when you come around here, look, the whole view is really, really different, and we can see a new model down there as well. We'll get a close-up on the model very, very shortly, but to see sort of the helicopter ride there, and to see the theming piece here, as well as the theming piece in the middle, and indeed our first character come on board, just looks magnificent. I really love it, I really do. Our first character is in. She's carrying a seagull. That's probably the only way of putting at it, but she is indeed in. I love the bright, I love how bright and colourful the area is. I really, really do. I think it just looks brilliant. There is indeed another character as well, as we can see on Paw Patrol. And the area is really starting to come to life. I think most of the cars are here. Now, we know they work on these all year through, but it's very, very odd seeing sort of the track come out and the chains being disconnected, and obviously the cars are being stored here. Again, I would still like to see them covered. I really, really would. I'm sure it would help. But cars all present and correct. So the chain has indeed come off the bottom, and obviously the transfer track is currently across. And I don't actually think I've ever seen it with the transfer track across. Simple things. Now, they do install a walk-in platform as well, so they don't jump the track, because obviously the ride is closed down, so they can put a little, funnily enough, it's a pallet. They put a pallet as a walking platform, but if it works, it works. Work on other rides, including water rides, also continue, or start, shall we say. We are at the beginning of the closed season, and there's no real need to have these open for winter. They are soakers, and it's 1 degree today. It's not warm, but still fascinating to see all the boats have come off. I'm sure they're being stored somewhere, but not in view at the moment. To be fair, this is the closest we've actually been able to get to Tiger Rock in the last couple of years, or indeed Land of the Tiger. As we know, there are no big cats here anymore. They have been moved on. And Tiger Rock, well, we did initially think that Tiger Rock wouldn't reopen in 2026. However, I've changed my mind on that. I do think it will reopen in 2026 for its final year in this theme. I don't think it'll be removed. I still think they spent way too much money on it, and they are actually spending more money on it this closed season as well. So I believe it will return next year. It's gonna be a bit weird, but I guess they can theme it to whatever they like. They don't have to have live tigers in here to call it Land of the Tiger. They got a big tiger you drop through, but I think it will be back for 2026, and then we will see the retheme to tie in with 2027's Land through 2027 to open in 2028. Elmer's Flying Jumbos is now apart for its winter maintenance, and whilst we do expect some changes for it, we do also expect it to return in 2026. It's not unusual. This is how the rides come apart during the winter period, and Elmer is no different. But Seastorm is not open for the winter period, which is actually a little bit of a shame, to be honest. It's had so much work done over the last few years. I genuinely thought that we might have it for this winter period, but alas, no Seastorm. Blue Barnacle was pulled from the winter lineup quite last minute, actually. As we said, it is on the map as well, but it has been pulled and is now being taken apart for winter maintenance, which is a little bit of a shame because it's quite a good filler ride. To be honest, quite a good one to ride. However, when you see Fury going around in the background, it's not quite as bad. But I would expect this back open for February half term. I am expecting rides for February half term, but this is indeed come apart for winter. This is your point of interest. So these, I believe, are for the air brakes. These are new cylinders. This is some new welding gone onto the track here. Obviously, it's not new track. New track would have to be fabricated. It would take a long time. It would require more testing. And again, if it was new track, they wouldn't be leaving a several ton train on it. But this is where the problem has lied. And you can see that from the different colour of the track here as we pan across and the work that's happened on top of it. So whether or not they're still waiting for more parts is unclear at this point. But if you're wondering where the problem on Vampire lies, it is indeed here. As seen, all new, undergoing maintenance. Hopefully, we still get it for Christmas. But I'm guessing it is a longer project than what they thought. And perhaps they're doing a little bit more than what they actually need to secure its future, or indeed make life easier for winter maintenance. The classic Chessington Armada is back open again. We've got the new fencing, which we've showed you before. And we would think that the, even though the fencing is staggered, which I quite like, I think that the water boats will come back here, the paid for boats will come back here. But the water is running today, even though the wheel hasn't returned. I have to say that the space for the wheel, I don't know. I'm not necessarily guaranteeing the wheel's coming back, but I think it will come back. And you can see a new filtration system has been added down at the bottom as well to keep the water clear. Yeah, looking really, really good and fresh, and it's really nice they continue to invest in some of these old features. This is an old feature from when the park opened, and it's great to see.